The sun is a little brighter today, the players relieved, and we're ready for baseball as the Orleans Firebirds make the trip to Cotuit to take on the Cotuit Kettleers. And a pleasant good evening, everybody. I'm Jon Perez, and welcome to Kettle Talk, the official pregame show of the Cotuit Kettleers. The Kettleers got win number 1 last night. However, it wasn't easy. It came on the heroics of Tim Cisneros' pinch hit 2 RBI single and Ross Ochter's heroics in the bullpen to push Cotuit into the win column for the first time this summer. Let's take a look at the highlights. Cotuit looking for win number 1 of the season. They welcome Brewster to Lowell Park. This is the makeup for the Saturday washout. David Garrix from Pomona Pitzer on the bump for the Kettleers. Joe Mockbee from Michigan State on for Brewster. Let's pick this one up in the 4th inning. Zach Gahagan is on first base with 2 outs. Brett Langhorn smacks a single to right field. Gahagan comes around the score. Whitecaps up 2-1. Bottom half of the inning, Cotuit will respond right back. Jack Klein, a returner from Stanford, pokes a single up the middle. Game tied at 2. Bottom 6, after Klein walked and a single from Ryan Hagan, Mike Roberts called upon Tim Cisneros to pinch hit with the bases loaded and 2 outs. And Cisneros would not disappoint. He ropes a single up the middle to give the Kettleers a 4-2 lead. The Kettleers would tack on another run in the 7th on a Jordan Pierce sac fly. We head to the bottom of the 9th. Ross Ochter out of Toledo came in the 5th inning and cruised all the way to the 9th. But in baseball, you have to get all 27 outs. So, with Nick Dunn at the plate, bags full, and the count full, Ochter issues a walk to bring in a run, and that would bring up Logan Warman. But cool, calm, and collected, Ochter gets him swinging, ball game over, and the losing streak ends as the Kettleers win 5-3.
How's it feel to get the first win?
Well, again, I think you'd ask them how it feels. For me, it's just playing better. As I told them, look out there and there's no errors on the scoreboard. That's what makes the difference. Garrix and Ochter really picked us up today because pitching-wise, especially out of the pen, we were down a little bit, and we were very limited where we were going. So, I think those 2 guys did a great job, and of course Timmy coming off the bench and getting a really clutch base hit, and he was the right guy in that situation because he's veteran, he knows me. He's played here a year, so I think that was the perfect situation for Timmy, whether he gets a base hit or not.
It's really just being out there. I heard my name called. I wasn't sure if I was hitting for the next guy or that guy, and Coach Roberts said you're hitting, so I was like, all right, let's do it. There's nothing really much you can do. You're out there in the bullpen. You can see how the guy's throwing, but you can't get live feedback from previous guys who are hitting, so it's a little difficult. First pitch, it looked like it was 105 miles an hour. My timing was off, but no, after that first one, I kind of just slowed myself down, took a breath, and got dialed in.
We also mentioned the heroics of Toledo starter Ross Ochter, who went 4 1/3 yesterday, surrendered a run and 3 hits. Ochter spoke to reporters after the game, and this is what he had to say.
I felt pretty good. Came in a tight situation, and coming out of the pen, that's exactly what you want. And unfortunately, in the last inning, I wasn't really attacking the hitters like I did the first couple innings. But we made some good plays behind me, and I was able to get out of it.
When I asked you earlier about your status, you basically just said it is what it is, that you are with the team. Are you still playing with maybe a chip on your shoulder, knowing that nothing's guaranteed, and does that thrive you?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a couple guys in the bullpen, a couple position players. They're also temporary players like myself, and we always have to go out there every day and play with a chip on our shoulder, just like you said. And, that's some good competitive nature that we all thrive on. So
you went 4 1/3 tonight in relief. Other games, relief pitchers for this team have only been going an inning, maybe 2, and then getting pulled. What made you able to carry your relief appearance all the way from when you came in until the end of the game?
Back in school ball, I was a starter this year, so luckily for me, I had some experience, and that's just a long relief, essentially a short start out there. So fortunately for me, I was able to go out there and attack every inning.
And with the bullpen kind of running low on arms, did you feel any pressure to, once you came in, to just kind of blast throughout the rest of the game?
Not at all. I honestly didn't think about that, but now that you say that, I'm glad I made it through. But, I didn't really think about that. You try not to think about things like that.
So with Cotuit getting their first win yesterday, let's take a look at how the rest of the league fared last night. Falmouth, behind 6 strong innings from UCLA's Jake Bird, propelled the Commodores to a 3-0 win. Matt Ducey and Tyler Lawrence each homered. YD falls to 0-5. Chatham hands Bourne its first loss of the summer in an 8-3 Anglers win. 8 of the 9 Chatham starters had a hit. DJ Artis continues to rake. He went 2 for 3 with 2 runs batted in. There was no pitching in the Wareham-Orleans game. The Firebirds taking that one 11-7 at home. Riley Mahan went 3 for 5. He was a home run shy of the cycle. So with those results, let's take a look at the standings. Harwich, the only undefeated team left on the table. Chatham and Orleans, a couple of games behind the Mariners. In the West, Falmouth and Bourne at the top, while Hyannis and YD are both looking for their first win. Mike Roberts keeps referencing that the team will look different by the weekend, and it has already looked different so far. The Kettleers have activated a couple of arms, Justin Hooper and Ryan Rigby. They also activated infielder Alonzo Jones from Vanderbilt. So we mentioned that Cotuit has help on the way, and stepping in is Aodhan Doyle, broadcaster for the team. And Aodhan, Alonzo Jones, Ryan Rigby, and Justin Hooper all active today. What can you tell us about those 3?
Well, they come from big schools as far as when it comes to baseball. Hooper obviously hailing from UCLA, Alonzo Jones coming from Vanderbilt, and then Rigby coming from Mississippi State. Hooper, I think, is the one to watch for me. Big, tall left-hander, 6'7". He draws, or his favorite players to watch as far as pitchers were Randy Johnson and current White Sox starter Chris Sale. So you got to love those comparisons there. He was one of the top players in the country coming out of high school, was ranked 7th in the country for 2015 draft-eligible prospects by Baseball America. It fell to the 25th round because of his commitment to UCLA, but I'd be very, very intrigued on Justin Hooper, the starter out of UCLA.
Now, another thing to be intrigued about is that it seems as if the Kettleers have found their defense up the middle, behind the plate, shortstop, and they're getting their center fielder and Jack Klein as well.
Yeah, that's true. Klein, obviously a late addition out of Stanford. We were just talking to him over here, actually majoring in communications with a focus on social media. So I'm sure he's going to be making a lot of money in the future coming out of Stanford. But defense has been really an issue so far for these Kettleers this season. And as we've talked about, early in the season in the Cape League and any summer league, really, it's tough to get that chemistry, get the continuity, the consistency down, because it's tough. You're adjusting. You're getting here your first couple of weeks, first couple of games. You don't know any of the rest of the players. So Coach Mike Roberts and the Kettleers really have to love getting that consistency and something to move forward with that they can use day in and day out.
And you mentioned Roberts too. Roberts is not a big proponent of winning big games, and obviously he would love to win as many big games as he can, but he doesn't stress the offense taking time. He doesn't stress the wins not coming right now because it's still early in the season. But you'd have to imagine that the players feel some sort of sense of relief from winning yesterday.
Oh, absolutely. That's a big monkey off of their back, and I think it's only going to help them moving forward. That's really, once you get that off your back, you can just get back to the roots of playing baseball. You don't have to worry about impressing everybody here on the Cape League. Oh, it's the Cape League. Now we finally got our win. You can move forward and just play baseball. That's what they're good at. That's why they're here. That's why they have Division I, or that's why they're Division I baseball players. And so I think that's going to be really good for the Kettleers moving forward, and it's only going to lead to more wins and a more relaxed team moving forward.
All right, Aodhan, thanks. And they're just going to play baseball in a couple of moments, but we caught up with one of the newbies, Alonzo Jones from Vanderbilt. Let's take a listen. Beautiful. Good job, man.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Kettle Talk. I'm here with Alonzo Jones, middle infielder from Vanderbilt. And Alonzo, it wasn't the storybook ending for Vanderbilt, but what did you learn about yourself in your first season with the Commodores?
I was just really excited about the growth not only made, but we did as a team. And I think this year we experienced a lot of stuff that will help us later on in life, not just specifically baseball. So I was excited for that. I mean, we'd like to have gone to Omaha and win again, but I mean, sometimes it's just not your year. So
I had the opportunity to speak to your dad, who said that you're a prisoner of your own speed in terms of how you play up the middle, and sometimes even coaches want to stick you in the outfield too. How have you worked on that adjustment? And do you see yourself as a middle infielder transitioning to the outfield, or are you just strictly a middle infielder?
I see myself as a shortstop, and I've been playing infield at Vanderbilt. So, and I just think working really hard in the off season, even with coaches during the season, has helped me a lot. I think I've made a lot of strides this year, and I'm going to continue to do that. So,
obviously, there's a huge aura about the Cape and it being the best collegiate talent in all of the country. What are you hoping to improve on this summer?
I want to work on everything. I mean, I think that's baseball. Just try to get better at everything. I mean, specifically, definitely getting some reps like bunting, and I think playing in games like this with wood bats and stuff like that is going to help me work on like specific skills that you sometimes won't get during the college season because you're focused more on team success. So.
You went to high school in Georgia, and in fact, the University of Georgia actually offered you a scholarship to play football. You turned it down. What went into that decision, and why did you choose baseball over football?
I've just always loved baseball since I was a little kid. I've never really played football. Almost played in high school, but I stuck with baseball. I just felt like that was the right decision for me. So,
I guess just for you, day one, how are you acclimating with the teammates? I know it's only been maybe a few hours, even into last night.
I like it so far. I mean, everyone's nice, welcoming. A lot of guys came up to me and introduced themselves after the game, and I think we meshed really well and hope to make a run in the playoffs here. So,
all right, Alonzo, good luck. That's Alonzo Jones, middle infielder from Vanderbilt.
Summer baseball's underway. People get ready for a brand new day. So grab your hat and grab your glove. We gotta cheer for the team we love. The ball's racing down the line. Come on, coach, give them a sign. The runner's waiting, he's ready to steal. The Kettleers are gonna seal the deal. Hey, Cotuit, hey, hey, Cotuit. We all know that the boys can do it. Hey, Cotuit, hey, hey, Cotuit. We all know that the boys can do it. Playing baseball the Cape Cod way. Kettleers are gonna win today. So dock your skiff and take a walk past the coop. It's 5 o'clock. Head on down to Lowell Park. We'll keep on playing till it gets dark. But first we've got a game to win. Give that pitch plenty of spin. Let's go, boys, let's get it done. We want to see a Cotuit home run. Hey, Cotuit, hey, hey, Cotuit. We all know that the boys can do it. Hey, Cotuit, hey, hey, Cotuit. We all know that the boys can do it. Playing baseball the Cape Cod way. Kettleers are gonna win